inconsistent father is way more damaging to a child than an absent one. So again, how is an absent father more harmful than an inconsistent one?
Okay, so which part of that question are we answering first? Are we answering her question or the topic?
Well,
question?
it's basically the same.
So, what do you think is worse,
Right. Which one is more harmful?
absent or inconsistent?
Inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like consistency is required for the development of a child, right? Well, it all plays a part on the development of the child. However, a father that is consistent and not in the household, but he's present, giving his time, I think that holds so much more value than anything. So if you are inconsistent, you might as well not even be there.
Right.
They might as well not, because they have a saying. They say what you don't know won't hurt you.
Right.
And I totally agree with it. If a child doesn't know that father, yes, they have the wonder in the back of their mind and all of that. However, it's better than knowing who your father is and just knowing that he's not showing up for you in any kind of way.
Right.
So I'm gonna let everybody else shine.
I agree, because it's better than for a child to get his hopes up that they're gonna see their father, and then
Right.
multiple times you get let down. Then instead of when your father's just not there, I mean, you don't think about it.
Right.
Only thing you worried about is your mother, or whoever your guardian is. That's the only person you really looking at now. And I also think because sometimes parents that have been absent or inconsistent later on realize oh, I should have been there, or I should have been there more. I feel like it might be a little easier for a father that's absent completely to come back to actually build a relationship than it is for somebody that's inconsistent. The reason why I feel that way is because if you're inconsistent, you've already shown your son exactly your flaws and this and that, and because your child has actually seen things, it's actually going to be even a lot more difficult, because then it's going to be harder for him to actually unsee what he's seen growing up.
Right.
Justin?
Hey man, I'm liking what y'all talking about, man. It sounds good.
The talker has nothing to say.
He has
No, man. My father's been. I can only go off of life experience a lot of times, man.
Right.
And I thought about this quite a bit. And my father, man, he's been quite present in my life. So I can't really attest to somebody being absent. However, I will say this: my father, you can be present and absent at the same time.
Right.
And when I was really young, I felt that way. And it's no fault to him. He was trying to take care of us, but when you trying to work 3 jobs, how much can you take care of? That other side of being a parent, a father, which is and he did very well when he was there though. As far as like when he was home, he was with us. Like taking us out, taking us to the park, playing basketball, even though he can't play no basketball.
Oh gosh.
really.
Oh, Mr. Ben.
Right.
But what I'm saying is he spent that time though, and I have all those memories.
Right.
But I wish it would have been more, So, but he's still alive, So I talked to him. I talked to him yesterday. I talked to my dad. He's present. So I think that somebody says, "Would you rather?" I don't see why we need to put. Why I gotta be either or? Like even if the dad is a complete a-hole and he's never around and he's inconsistent, give the kids still allow them the opportunity to know their father.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because truth be told, it may mess around and you. Because in my family, you ain't gotta have cuss just because you a woman. You know what I'm saying, the mother. I think we got that misconstrued quite a bit. You know, you keep on playing them silly games, you might lose your kid. And a lot of these women be using their children as some kind of meal ticket and some kind of sword against the father. You know, that kind of stuff gonna come back and start biting you in the tail. So if there's a relationship, whether it's not how you think it should be, you should. I think that you should still allow it, nonetheless. That's just my opinion. But nah, in all seriousness, man, my father's been quite present. Excuse me. So I can't really attest to an absent father. But I would say, in my opinion, that if someone is willing to be there, whether it's for a minute or an hour, allow them to do that. A lot of these people be making these assumptions about. I see a lot of women in comments making these assumptions about, hey, I feel like, and it's let me get a side note though. It's always women though, right? I feel like it's always women in these comments. The majority of the time, not all the time, but the majority of the time, it's always women making these comments talking about something. I'm going to protect my child.
What are you protecting him from?
The father, because he's inconsistent. So I'm just going to take him out of the situation altogether. I don't think you have the right to go off on, y'all know the show I love, Grey's Anatomy. They love using this line. You don't get to say that to me. I think in that aspect of a mother, you don't get to make that choice.
Right.
Whether you don't get to make that choice, whether or not a child can be in the presence of that father, whether he's inconsistent or not, right? I think that he should be consistent. Don't get me wrong, but you don't get to make that choice for the child.
But is it healthy though?
This is what I'm saying though. Whether it's healthy or unhealthy, y'all have to realize this too. We grow. What's that saying? And I know y'all can help me. Diamonds are made under pressure, right? So we grow through all scenarios in life. They don't always have to be good, right? So it doesn't matter if the father is a good father, bad father, as long as he's not abusive. Don't get me wrong. But whether he, that emotional, is he there emotionally? It doesn't matter because that's going to shape them as they grow older.
What if he is abusive?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's a whole nother topic. Because the mother could be abusive too. But any parent that's abusive, then I would say, yeah, you should keep them from the child. Or you can have them meet the child under, those stipulations such as, I'm going to be present. We're going to go to the park together. Like, I'm not allowing you to be alone with my child. Yeah, so, within reason. But if he's not abusive, we're talking about a normal person, just typically a deadbeat father. You get what I'm saying? If he's just something like that, then I think that shapes the child. Because there's a lot of people who use situations like that and became great men because they didn't want to be like their father. Some people look at their father and want to emulate them.
Right.
Some people look at them and say, this is the motivation I need to be better than this sucker. Excuse me.
That's true.
Right? So,
right.
So yeah, man.
And that's when what you just said, that's whether he's present or not, whether he's inconsistent or consistent.
Excuse me.
Cause I know personally, like, I love my dad, but one thing I don't want to be like him. My dad's been a truck driver for 26, 27 years. A lot of that time, he's been on the road. There's been a lot of times especially in my teenage years, where I get home from work, he's gone. Right. I didn't see him, but I understood what he had to do what he had to do. But when I have kids, I don't want to be in that predicament to where I can't be home. I can't spend that time. Right. And just there's a lot of other things, but there's a lot of things that you can learn from your parents, whether it's good or bad, and you just gotta take it for what it is, and then change it for what's best for you and what's gonna be better for you in the future, and what's gonna better the future you.
Right.
I agree, man.
I agree as well.
All right.